Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie and this is day 29 of VEDA Video Every Day in April. And you guys wanted it. I am now providing it to you. Here are three of my favorite or three paranormal reads that I think you guys should check out. So, paranormal reads. I am not a big paranormal reader, and this was kind of a hard topic for me to pick out, but I did find a couple series that I really enjoyed, and I think you guys might enjoy them as well because they start to unfold and they start to pick up and everything like that. Actually, not all of them are series. One's a standalone book that could possibly turn into a series. Never know. It's marked as a series. Or a duet or something like that, but I read it as a standalone and I think the ending was great. But let's get into it. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is the Fireblood Dragon series by Ruby Dixon. This series includes Fire in His Blood, Fire in His Kiss, Fire in His Embrace, Fire in His Fury, Fire in His Spirit, and Fire in His Veins, which I have not read yet, but hoping to soon, is about a series, or is a series about post-apocalyptic United States where there was some sort of disaster that happened and it opened a rift in the sky that allowed dragons to enter our world and join us as, you know, people. Well, the dragons that came through, when they came through the rift, there were two classes of dragons, and some of them that were already slaves and warriors, they lost their minds when they came through the rift. And through this series, through this book, you find out that when they came through the rift, they lost their minds, so they had to find their mates. And each one of the books sort of builds on itself, builds on the story, builds on the whole world building of it. And so far, I am really enjoying it. I will say that I did not enjoy the very first book, which is Fire in His Blood. I thought it was very rudimentary and everything like that. But then I was like, let me go ahead and give the series a try. And ever since I went into the next one, which was Fire in His Kiss, I was like, yes! Okay, now I get it. And now that I've read the rest of the books, with the exception of the last one that has come out, I'm like, yes, I am here for this story, and it's fun. It is very sexy in some parts. There are very different dragons, and I mean, they all have the gold skin and stuff like that, but then there's this element of mystery that goes along with it, and I really, really enjoyed learning about the differences. And it's set in a majority of the South, so Texas, and there is one book that is set in Louisiana, and I just kind of like it. I kind of like it. It's a guilty pleasure, but it's fun reading about these shifters and stuff like that. They are shifters because they're dragons. The next book I'm going to talk about is The Gathering by L.A. Fiore. This book throws in pretty much everything you could possibly think of that comes to paranormal. You have vampires, you have witches, you have, you have gods and monsters and all kinds of crazy stuff. It's all set around this sort of story of life and death and heaven and hell and all kinds of greatness. I loved every minute of it. You do have three voices that are mainly encompassed in this story, so it is a little bit hard to get into when you first start it, because you're like, okay, you're in this person's mind and, you know, point of view, and then you have this person's mind and point of view, and then you have this person's mind and point of view, and then it sort of jumps around with the chapters and everything like that. But as it goes along, and by the end of it, you start to get this full story that you're like, oh yeah, I'm so into it. At least I was, and I really think you guys should check that one out. And then finally, I'm going to talk about some vampires for you, and we're going to talk about the Blood Type series by K.A. Linde, which includes Blood Type, Blood Match, and Blood Cure. And this follows a dystopian United States as well, where the vampires of the world have decided to come out of the shadows, and they have a pretty good majority in the stake of how the United States is run and how the city is run. And you get to see sort of how vampires are using humans as bloodmates, and there is this mysterious way that there is this one sort of, I guess, all-knowing, all-being person that holds this proper blood type that is needed and everything like that. So it revolves around her and her story. She wants to better her life, and then come to find out she is special, pretty much. And you get to see sort of a rebellion, and it's action filled, and I really enjoyed this series. Linde, this was her first paranormal that I read of hers, and I really enjoyed it. I'm very much looking forward to reading more of her paranormal books. So let me know down in the comments some of your favorite paranormal books. There probably are some that I've already read, like the Black Dagger Brotherhood, which I've already started and I'm having trouble with, but so please don't suggest that one. I'm already there, and we have feelings about the first book that I've read, so not gonna get into it. But let me know down in the comments some of your favorite ones besides that one. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys tomorrow.